Hey guys. So, the Mario Brothers movie, if you guys haven't heard, it's made a lot. I think it's beaten out like either globally or internationally, it's beaten out like Frozen 2. It is making numbers just like everyone thought it would. And of course, we have people complaining, John Leguizamo, "Oh, I'm not going to go see the movie because there's no Latin representation." We have John Leguizamo right there, who is a Colombian, who was portraying an Italian, and we had Bob Hoskins, who also was not Italian. He had no problem taking the role from an actual Italian. Um, but people are mad that this movie is fun. People are mad that this movie is just a simple movie based on a video game that anyone can watch. Mario's been around for what, 40 years. My grandparents knew who Mario was. Obviously, my parents, because when my parents were young, they were like, what, 20 something? They had me when they were 23. My parents know who Mario is. I grew up on Mario. So you have different generations of people knowing who Mario is. Um, so it's meant to be fun. It's there for the fans because there's a lot of references that the kids aren't going to understand, references to maybe some levels or music thrown in there that'll just hit you with nostalgia. But it also brings in new people like, "Oh, yeah, Mario. Yeah, I know Mario." Uh, you know, Elderly people can go see Mario. Everyone knows who Mario is. I mean, he's probably like one of the most recognizable characters of anything. That's just, I mean, that's what happens when you span 40 years. But we have people who are upset that it wasn't uh, diverse enough or that it had a simplistic story. And again, just like Lord of the Rings, how the Fellowship of the Ring was kind of slow at setting up a story. We know there's going to be more Mario movies. It's setting up the plot. The whole point of this movie was, the first encounter with Bowser, Mario and Luigi finding their way to the Mushroom Kingdom, learning about the Mushroom Kingdom, meeting Peach and meeting the Toads and Bowser and defeating him the first time because it's a thing. He's like the main villain. It's like in Zelda how Ganondorf or Ganon rather is like the main villain. They're setting it up, so the first movie is going to be more simplistic and slow because they're setting it up. Doesn't mean it's not a good movie. It's not fun. It's just they're setting up. I think apparently at the very end, they show Yoshi egg hatching, so they already plan on having Yoshi in the next one. Um, Kind of like with the end of the Sonic movie, the first one where Tails shows up in the end. Is in the next one. Um, I remember seeing Tails. I was like, oh my god, it's Tails. He's like Luigi. He's such a coward, but yet they give him so many moments to be brave, just like Luigi. Um, but here we have Polygon, which is a complete trash site. Um, and then this is by Maddie Myers. Uh, Pretty much what you would expect. Uh, 1993 Super Mario Brothers movie is so much better than the new animated movie. The live action Mario movie was weird, gross, and risky, a lot more fun than the safe, faithful 2023 version. So pretty much he just says, nothing too major. Movie is a pitch straight down the middle of the plate. It's uncomplicated, breezy, and risk free. It's the exact kind of Mario origin story that you'd expect to see after the disastrous critical reception, 1993 live action movie. And for all those reasons, it's pretty boring. Now, it just gives a little description of the movie. I remember seeing the trailer for this movie, man. I'm old. I'm freaking old. Um, Talking about the new movie. How do you not like this? because it's so faithful to the characters. Again, they've got a very real, like a realistic enough look, with being so detailed, and having on the clothes, but they look like Mario and Luigi. Mario and Luigi versus Mario and Luigi. I mean, obviously it's animated, so it's easier to keep true to them, but you're talking about the other movies some more. Well, where was it? About Bowser, to defeat Bowser. Many Easter eggs and references. Neon signs adorn Dino Hatton streets with references from various other enemies. The Boo Diddley and Bullet Bill. Characters like Big Bertha, who was a human. Big Bertha was a fish. Iggy and Spike. It makes sense that the new Super Mario Bros. Movie had so little to add to its source material. After all, it isn't scary or alienating, which means it will probably make trillions of dollars? Are you sure about that? I mean, it'll probably make a couple $1 billion. I don't think it's going to make trillions of dollars. It's still a missed opportunity, like the live-action versions of Disney movies, or the moments when the HBO version of Last of Us recreated the game's cutscenes shot for shot. The Mario Brothers movie feels like a sad new entry in a very boring trend. And here's where they kind of tell you, it pretty much comes out what they truly want. We saw with John Leguizamo bitching about it. This is why they hate this movie. The Last of Us adaptation soared when it embraced new possibilities, such as its rewriting of Bill and Frank's relationship. The episode where it focused on the two gay guys. Yeah. That is what they're complaining. That's why they don't like this movie. Because it's not diverse enough. It's not representative enough for them. It's not inclusive enough. But seeing an adaptation that's almost completely identical to what came before, or worse, even more boring and flat than what came before, raises the question of why any studio would bother to adapt anything at all. Without something new to say, some new aesthetic or vision to add to the table, there's no point, other than grabbing easy cash without undergoing the burden of actually reimagining a, key word here, popular franchise. Reimagining a popular franchise for a new setting. Why would you reimagine a popular franchise when the franchise has been just fine for 40 fucking years? Every Mario game that comes out, it's different than the last one. Mario Odyssey, just boom, it just destroyed stuff. Expectations. But it was still a traditional Mario game. It was very traditional, but it did bring something new. Why does everything need to be reimagined? But when they say reimagining, we know what reimagining is. When they say reimagining or for a modern audience, you know what they're talking about. Why would Nintendo risk having another failure like the first time they tried a Mario movie, especially now that it's been out longer? The last one came out in 93. We're now 2023. Why would they risk it by reimagining a franchise that has worked perfectly fine for the last 40 fucking years? Mario is more popular than fucking Last of Us will ever be. It is more popular than some of these newer franchises coming out will ever be. Mario has name recognition. As soon as you say Mario, people instantly get into their head what Mario you're talking about. If you don't care to see a weirder and more creative vision of Mario, as Super Mario Bros. Attempted in 1993, then just buy a copy of Super Mario Odyssey and play that instead. It'll provide the same amount of entertainment as the Super Mario Brothers movie, and then some. And this, because Mario can wear a wedding dress in that game. It's cute, and it's more subversive than anything that happens in either Mario adaptation. That's their gripes about this movie. They're saying that it was too safe. Again, it's a movie based on Mario, and it's setting up everything. The complicated plots, I'm sure, will come along eventually, but just like Lord of the Rings and a lot of the first movies where they have, they need to establish characters, the plot isn't going to be that complicated because they want to be able to draw people in who may have never seen Mario. People know who Mario is, but like, yeah, I know who Mario is. I've never played a game, but I know who Mario is. Or, oh yeah, my cousin or my, dad plays the games. And so they're setting it up and they're trying to be friendly enough to where if you have played the games, it's great for you. If you haven't played the games, it's great for you too. They want it to be family friendly and simple because when everything is just too complicated, no one's going to want to watch it. You don't want to watch a movie with some convoluted plot lines, and then you have like this plot line, but then there's like other plot lines that don't really fit into the main plot somehow. You don't want that. You don't want that. Yeah, and because Mario can wear a wedding dress in the game. What? What? And of course, Bill and Frank's relationship, because they took some people in The Last of Us and they established that they were gaysies and they made an entire episode on that. And I don't know why Nintendo isn't like, making outright gay characters. Like, why ain't Mario and Luigi dating dudes? Like, why is it Mario wearing a wedding dress? It's so cute and quirky and why again? And reimagining a popular franchise. Why would they reimagine it? It has worked just fine for the last 40 years. The basis of the games are simple enough. It's like, even when they reimagine it, say Paper Mario, I mean, it's still a hit. I mean, there's only like a couple games that just are terrible, like Mario is Missing, um, like those, what you call it, Hotel Mario, games like that. But to reimagine something that has name recognition would be stupid. That would be stupid. So these people are upset because it's not diverse enough, not inclusive enough. The plot is too simple. Why isn't it like The Last of Us where they have gay characters? Because that's all we care about. Representation, diversity. I, but again, what else can you expect from Polygon? Polygon is a friggin' joke. April 10th. That's from today. Yeah, that's what they want. That's what they want. Same-sex relationships. Like, I'm sure they'd have no problem if Mario and Luigi were no longer brothers and were lovers instead.
Oh my god, what a fresh new take on established characters.
The movie looks amazing. It's doing amazing. Um, like I said, it's beaten out like Frozen 2. It's beaten out, I think was another one was like Finding Dory. It's the pretty much the biggest selling move video game adaptation of all time. It beat out Sonic 2. This movie is doing exceedingly well, just like everyone knew it would. But now we have the critics are like, it's not inclusive enough. It's a simple story. Yes, it is a simple story because not everything has to be complicated. They want to make a Mario movie based on Mario and Luigi that anyone can enjoy. You know, I saw like they have the Tanuki suit in there. They have the cat suit, which is kind of more recent edition. But I saw the cat suit. I'm like, oh my god, it's Cat Mario. I'm like, if Cat Mario's in there's like Meowser. Meowser is when Bowser basically has the cat suit. He's like, he's still really big, but he's got like these whiskers and his ears. So his name is Meowser. But I saw Tanuki Mario. I saw Cat Mario. I'm like, oh my god, this looks so much fun. The whole Rainbow Road. So it's just meant to be a fun movie. It's not supposed to be complicated. It's not meant to have any kind of... I mean, people were like, there's nothing political in it at all. No mentions of pronouns, no mentions of current political, ideology and climate or anything. It's just a fun movie. It's just a fun movie. You know, even if it's not super great, it's still very enjoyable. Like when I went to see Detective Pikachu. That movie was good. Like, it was a really good imagining of what Pokemon would look like in the real world. Was it the best movie of all time? No. Was it a super fantastic movie? No. But it was really good. You know? So we're not looking for... People just want a good movie. We're so used to seeing Disney and their freaking bullcrap of, oh, let's just remake that. Remake this. A black character here. Reimagine songs. This and that. And, have this agenda forced in your face. There is no agenda. They just want people to go in, have fun, get a sense of nostalgia, get some new people into the Mario Brothers franchise, and that's it. And the people who usually simp for Disney can't stand that this movie is outdoing like all the other all the Disney remakes that have come out lately. They're beating out Disney. They're beating out Pixar. This movie's beat all of them, and they can't stand that because they do this for Disney, and they can't see anyone challenge Disney's rule when it comes to making movies. Despite that, they're not making movies anymore. Really, they're just rehashing things, animated movies, and that's it. But yeah, just Mario can wear a wedding dress. Good for him. That doesn't make the game good. But reimagining popular franchise, it's worked well for 40 years. There's no need to change it. But let me know what you guys think. If you went to see the Mario movie, tell me what you thought of it. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.